Alright, so today we're going to be working with spicy Southwest stuffed turkey peppers. And yes, this is a new kitchen, so you'll be seeing a little bit different of a backdrop from what you're typically used to. We're going to be taking things from 2 different recipes on Yumly.com and mixing and matching it and kind of remixing it in our own way to make it our own creation. The flavors we're going after today are savory or umami. We're also going after a little bit of spiciness or heat. And lastly, we're going to try to create a little bit of a heartiness of a meal while also being able to maintain a little bit of healthiness. This recipe should only take about an hour to an hour and a half or so it's a perfect fit for any weeknight meals. And with that said, let's get right to this. Alrighty then. Starting off first, you'll want to begin with your rice. Simple as always. Make sure that the first step is to wash off all of the excess starch from the grains. This will really help you down the line to avoid clumpiness, and you'll just enjoy the texture much more overall. Trust me. For this recipe, wash 1 cup of rice of your choice and place it in your rice cooker along with 2 cups of cold water and a splash of rice wine vinegar. Close the lid, set the cooker going on white rice, and jump on over to the stovetop where you'll place a saucepan on a medium-high heat. Following that, take about a pound of 85-15 ground turkey and drop it directly into the preheated pan. Take your spatula and break up the meat into small bits and allow to cook through until all of the pink fades. Ground turkey is just as easy to cook with as ground beef. However, due to the smaller composition of fat, it's easier to accidentally create a buildup of fond. No worries though. Salvaging this flavor is as simple as prepping a half a cup or so of vegetable broth via better than bouillon paste. And once you have that up to a reasonable temp from the microwave, add it to the pan in small batches. Use that liquid along with a bit of help from your sturdiest wooden spoon to pull the fond up from the pan and combine with the turkey. At this point, your turkey has been going for about 10 minutes and it's likely up to its proper 165 degrees Fahrenheit. Drop the heat to the lowest possible setting and start prepping the other pieces. Specifically, the peppers. Today, we're going to be making these peppers into small boats or little canoes for our filling. And this can be done by cutting directly down the middle of the pepper and carefully removing the seed pod. Do this with all 3 of your bell peppers to yield 6 pepper boats. Next up, you'll want to fluff your rice a bit to break up any of the clumps that have formed in your cooker. And with that done, it's time to start the filling assembly. To a mixing bowl, add your fully cooked ground turkey and give it a bit of time to cool off. While it's cooling, crack open a can of beans, or a cold one with the boys, but that's up to you. But back to the bowl. You'll add in your washed black beans, along with a can of drained corn, and a can of drained diced tomatoes with jalapeno bits. Finally, you'll want to top it all with your rice before realizing that you made way too much filling. Like, easily 12 pepper boats worth. And to address this, just take a larger bowl, place it upside down on top of the first bowl, and then hit them both with a quick flip. And when you take the bowl off the top, you'll realize that you've got exactly the same thing as before, just upside down in a bigger bowl. It's not that crazy, okay? Alright, it's spice time. Hey, remember when people used to go to war over these? Well, lucky for you, all of these can be found at your typical grocery store. Don't go out of your way. To your bowl, add 1 tablespoon of black pepper, 1 tablespoon of garlic powder, 1 tablespoon of chili powder, half a tablespoon of cumin, half a tablespoon of cayenne pepper because spicy is the best flavor, and now add a little bit of salt to taste to bring about a little bit of depth. And lastly, 1/3 cup of veggie broth. That's right, I was planning on making broth the whole time, and it's not just for the sins of the turkey fun. But with that tangent out of the way, mix your filling thoroughly. And today's gonna be a little race between the preheating oven and my ability to stuff them pepper boats. Starting now. And with this race beginning, you'll want to get your peppers all lined up in a row with your filling bowl off slightly to the right of the camera. Start by grabbing your first pepper, bringing it over to the bowl and jamming in about a half a cup or so of filling inside of the boat. Let me bring that on camera for you. As you can see, there's nothing crazy going on here. Next, you'll want to make a set of tinfoil supports in the efforts of... Oof. Note to self, keep tinfoil rising blocks on hand for future races. The goal of the rising blocks is just to keep the top surface a bit more level. It'll be more important later on when we top the boats with cheese. Don't want any spillage, you know? But at this point, you'll send your boats into the 425-degree oven for 15 minutes, which gives you just enough time to dice up a green onion for garnish later. And I mean really just lawnmower that thing down. Once your timer goes off, really question who the hell designed the soundboard for this unit, and bring your peppers on over to get a light sprinkling of cheese before heading back into the oven, but this time on a broil setting. We're trying to get these boyos nice and crispy. And crispy these boyos are. These pepper boats are looking mighty delicious with the melted cheese on top. And now the only thing left to do is garnish with a bit of our finely diced green onion to bring some freshness into the mix. And furthermore, add a small bit of sliced avocado for a touch of creamy fat. This stuffed pepper recipe is an insanely delicious meal, and I'd highly recommend you trying this out. If you want to try this vegan or vegetarian by omitting the cheese or turkey, there's easily enough flavor to carry the dish. And now, while I'm obviously going to love my own cooking because everything is made to my taste, how about the first reaction of my roommate, who is getting the perks of a free dinner tonight?
Oh, that's so good. This is turkey?
Mm-hmm, ground turkey.
That's so weird. Why does it not taste like turkey?
And that's about it for today's creation. As usual, full recipe is listed in the description below. And this is the point of the video where I ask y'all to like and subscribe because I have no way of knowing if y'all enjoy seeing this content otherwise. Or if you want, go ahead and follow me on Instagram for more inspiration for what to make when you need something tasty and your budget can't break. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next week.